Willkommen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean Huggins and this is React with Hugs. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I found a very interesting looking video that I am covering up. Boop, there we go. Never do this in Germany. Specifically, 5 things that will make a German angry. Oh, snap. This should be interesting. As always, though, if you enjoy, hit the like button, leave your mustard down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. It helps the algorithm, which helps the channel, and is very much appreciated. But let's waste no more time yapping and hop into it. Los geht's!
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Hello.
And if you're new here, I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. And in this video today, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that you should never do if you want to get on the good side of a German. And I'm not saying that every German is going to get really angry if you do these things, but I've lived in Germany long enough to know that most Germans are going to be pretty pissed off if you do any of these 5 things.
All right, so of course, you guys are the experts, so let me know how this list is down in the comments section.
Okay, so I'm going to get into it. This is in no particular order. The first thing that is going to make a German extremely angry is if you take a dog for a walk and you do not clean up the dog's poop. Now, honestly, stepping in dog poop is going to make anybody angry. That stuff is so hard to clean out of your shoe.
Yeah, there's dog poop everywhere in America.
And it's hard to get the smell away. But in Germany, Germans get extra angry about this because there is no excuse to do this in Germany. All over Germany, they have these like little booths that you can grab free bags to clean up your dog poop. And they are everywhere.
Nice.
Most dog owners in Germany will bring along their own bags, but you know, if they've run out or if they don't have them, then they're readily available. So the other day I took my kids for a walk in our village. We live in a little village just outside of Würzburg, and I saw a little group of retired people kind of huddled round looking really angry. They were just not happy at all. And as I got a little closer, an old lady came up to me and said, "I'm just warning you, somebody has let their dog poop all over our ground. How disgusting. I can't believe they would do that." And this whole group were just like shaking their heads and just saying just how terrible. Who would do that? When I think about it, these people had every right to be pissed off about this because there was dog poop spread all around their beautiful, clean village. How hard is it for somebody to just pick up their dog poop in a bag and dispose of it in the bin?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm not going to complain about that.
If you're a dog owner, you should be carrying these litter bags, and you know, even if you're not a dog owner and you're just walking a dog, you should have these bags with you.
Of course.
If not, it is so easy to find them in Germany. No excuse. So if you don't clean up after your dog, it's going to make a German very angry, and rightly so. Okay, so the next thing that is going to make a German furious is if you do not separate your rubbish.
Oh, another good one. This one I am not used to. In America, you just put everything in one can, and most of the time, even if you have a recycling bin, the stuff that you put in there just goes to the same place as the trash anyways. Both of them just go to the same exact landfill. But I like the German system. It's just takes some getting used to. I feel like I need to go to school to learn the sorting system here.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a ranty video because I've lived in Germany for quite a few years now, and these things actually make me feel angry. Germany has very strict rules about recycling, separating your rubbish. And when I first came to Germany, I wasn't aware of these rules, and I learned the hard way, but as soon as I found out how it worked in Germany, I followed those rules. And basically, I've explained this in previous videos, but almost all the rubbish is separated into categories. So there's glass, there is biodegradable rubbish, there is paper, there is plastic, there's even other categories, but you know, those are the main categories. And some people don't follow these rules, and it's like a crime in Germany. You do not mix your rubbish together. You are going to get in trouble. You are going to make Germans extremely angry if you do this. So where I live, we have 3 really big recycling bins that I have to share with 2 of my neighbors. Now, I live in a house which is split into two, so it's like a big house and we live on the top and our neighbor lives below us. It's quite a common setup here in Germany. And there's also a man, like a retired man, who lives on the same property in a little house. And so, yeah, we share our bins, and we have a new neighbor. She's only been living there for maybe 3 months. So hopefully this lady doesn't watch my videos. If she does, she's probably going to hate
neighbor
me.
drama.
But she is...
Here we go. Now the juicy stuff. The neighbor drama is out and about.
A rubbish mixer. And she is German, so she does not have any excuse. It's okay if you don't know about it and you learn from your mistakes, but she has been living in Germany all her life and she mixes the rubbish all together, and this makes my husband furious. It makes him so angry. And our other neighbor, it makes him even more furious. So the reason why this makes my husband and our other neighbor so angry is because we share the bins with this neighbor, and we could get penalized. We could get in trouble for her mixing all of the rubbish. People might think it's us, and you can get charged if you're caught out doing it. So it's not only that, you know, it's terrible for the environment. See, I'm getting worked up just talking about it because you just need to follow the rules in Germany. There's just no excuse. Yesterday, my husband and I saw a big plastic bag plonked on our neighbor's doorstep. She was about to take it out to plonk it into one of our bins. The bag was full with cigarette butts, food, paper, plastic, everything you could imagine, and she was just going to plonk it into a bin. Okay, this is something that maybe you would...
I mean, you would definitely do that in America, but not Deutschland. Oh, this is getting good.
Do when you first came to Germany and you were not aware of the rules. She has been living in Germany her whole life. Does this make me German because I'm actually getting kind of angry about this? It's making my blood boil a little bit. Would this make you angry too? Okay, so another thing that is going to really piss off a German, this is going to make them pretty angry.
Let's see.
If they are sitting in a restaurant or on public transport and somebody is on their telephone, on their cell phone, talking at the top of their voice, and you can hear their whole life story.
Bonus points if it's on speakerphone. Woo! Get me out of that situation.
There are some egocentric people out there that think the whole world revolves around them.
Oh, yes.
They have no consideration for anyone else, and they think that everybody wants to hear their private conversation broadcasted loudly for the whole bus or the whole restaurant to hear. I hear a lot of people doing this in English, Russian, Turkish, just speaking so loudly in public places, and everybody can't help but hear what they're saying. And Germans, they hate it. They cannot stand it. And it's not even the fact that these people are speaking a foreign language. If a German spoke at the top of their lungs in German in this kind of situation, another German is most likely going to get super frustrated about this. And you'll see this happening on the bus or the train or whatever. Somebody will be speaking super loud, you know, broadcasting their conversation, and you'll see all the Germans around them. They're just like, oh. And another thing that is going to make a German really angry is if you mow your lawns on a Sunday.
Oh, das ist definitiv verboten. No work, no noise allowed on Sundays. Everybody knows that.
So this probably sounds kind of funny to anyone that doesn't live in Germany, but Germany has strict rules about what you can and can't do on a Sunday.
Oh, yes.
So on Sunday in Germany, most of the shops are closed. Sunday in Germany is a time for just spending quality time with loved ones.
I think you're not even supposed to like vacuum your apartment if you have close by neighbors, right?
Relaxing, rejuvenating. You're not meant to work on a Sunday. You're meant to relax.
No
Germans take this really seriously. So if you mow your lawns or you drill or, you know, do something that makes a lot of sound, that is considered interrupting the peace. And Germans don't like that at all. I remember when I first moved into this house, I previously lived in a small apartment and we didn't have a backyard or anything, so we moved into a house with a garden. I remember suggesting to Rob that he mow the lawns on a Sunday because I thought it was the perfect day for it. We weren't really doing anything, we were just sort of hanging out. He said to me, "What, mow the lawns on a Sunday? Do you want our neighbours to hate us?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "No one mows their lawns on a Sunday in Germany." I was like, "What, are you joking? You're not allowed to mow your lawns on Sunday?" Because in New Zealand, Zealand, hearing the lawnmower is just a normal part of a Sunday afternoon. A lot of people in New Zealand choose to mow their lawns on a Sunday and nobody thinks twice about it. It's fine. But in Germany,
of course, same with America. Anything goes on Sunday. It's like any other day.
it's considered very rude to interrupt somebody's peaceful Sunday with your loud lawnmower. And if you do this, you're going to piss off a lot of Germans. And last but not least, something that is going to make a German so angry is if you ride your bike on the road when there is a bicycle lane right next to the road.
Riding your bike in the road when there's a bicycle lane right next to it. That's a good one. I wouldn't have thought about that one. That one would probably make anybody mad from any country, though, because why would you ride in the road if there's already a bike lane right next to you? Yeah, that would be frustrating.
I see this happening quite a bit in Germany, and boy, does it make Germans furious. So I live in the beautiful Würzburg region of Germany, and in our region we have a whole lot of bike lanes, beautiful bike lanes all along the river, so people can bike for hours on these lanes. They have beautiful views. These bike lanes make cycling from town to town, village to village, city to city just so enjoyable. They're such smooth lanes and they're safe. They're really, really safe. There's absolutely no reason to bike on the road if you have these beautiful bike lanes all set up for you, but people still do it. Mostly cyclists. You'll see them in their cycling gear, and they will be riding on the road in this tiny little lane, and they think that they own the road, and they don't even keep in the lane.
I think she is turning German. This is funny.
So, you know, you're in the car and you have to pull over for them, and when the bike lane is right next to the road where they could, you know, easily be biking on that bike lane, but no, they choose to like rule the road on their bike. And why do they do this? When you see cyclists do this, look out for the faces of the Germans driving next to them. They will not be happy. It will make them quite angry. So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for this video.
All right, that was awesome. I definitely could see the logic behind all of those things making Germans angry. Anything where you're not following the rules perfectly, that is an invitation for a German to become angry or annoyed, for sure. I learned that the hard way. But speaking of Germans, I'm curious what you guys, the experts, have to say about it. How was the list? How did she do? Would you add anything? Would you take anything off of the list? Let me know your thoughts. Leave your mustard down in the comment section below. And again, if you haven't already, then please consider subscribing, leaving a like, all that good stuff. It helps the algorithm, which helps the channel, and is very much appreciated. But that's all the time that I have for today. So thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.